today in class, we looked at the problem 54 times 8, which equals 432. You were given the question, how could you use that information to help you solve 54 times 18? If we look at the area model, so here's my rectangle, I split it up, here's 10 and 8, these two numbers equal 18, and I have 54 on the side. So the rectangle on the right would be 432 because we already know 54 times 8 is 432. Then, for the rectangle on the left, the area is 54 times 10, or 540. When we add those two together, 540 plus 432, we get 972. We could also use parentheses, which would look like this. You could do 54 times 10 plus 54 times 8. You are going to apply this idea when you use the U.S. traditional multiplication to multiply two-digit by two-digit numbers. So multiplying separately, and then adding them together. For example, we were also given the problem 37 times 25. As always, I multiply the ones first, but I'm going to start with 37 times the 5. So I'm going to write that all in red. That's my first step. As always, the ones first. I forgot my multiplication symbol. So 7 times 5. Which is 35, so I have 5 ones and 3 tens. Then I have to multiply by the tens. So 5 times 3 is 15, plus 3 is 18, 8 tens, and 1 100. This is also very similar to the area model, which I'm going to write down here. So we have 37, 20, 5. These two equal 25. So we know that 37 times 5 is 185. Now we have to figure out what 37 times 20 is. That's the tricky part. So we have to think, what is the value of 2 and 25? It's 20. So multiply 37 by the 2 and 25 as if the problem were 37 times 20. So as we've done in class, we put a 0 down here. So if I add my 2 over there, my 0 to hold my spot because it's the 20. So 20 times 7 ones is 140 ones, or 100 4 tens, 0 ones. So I have my zeros already down for my space. And then I'm going to have my 4 tens, and I'm going to carry my ones. Next, I have to multiply that 20 by the 3 tens left. So 20 times 3 is 60 tens, or 6 hundreds. So So I'm going to write a 6. So then 6 plus 1 that I carried from the top is 7. So I'm going to have a 700. I'm going to write that 740 in my area box. Then I need to add the two together. So when I add those two numbers together, my green adding, 5 plus 0 is 5. 8 plus 4 is 12. Carry my 100. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. I have 920. Always check your work. You can use the lattice. You can also use the partial products method. I use the area method over here. Let's try another problem. I'm going to start out with 73 times 42. Step 1. Remember, I'm multiplying 73 by 2 first. So I look at my ones. 2 times 3 is 6. I have no tens, just 6 ones, so I have nothing to carry over. Now I must multiply my tens. 2 times 7 is 14, or 104 tens. I'm going to bring that right down. Step 2. You must remember what the value is. So if I circle this 4, we're remembering the value. That value is 40. So when I multiply, remember it's 40. 4 times 3 is 12. But it's not just 12. It's 20. It's 40 and 3, so it's 120. So I have my 0, my 2 tens, and I have to carry my 1 for my hundreds. Next, I need to multiply the 40 and the 7. So 40 times 7 is 28, plus 1 more is 29, or 900 and 2,000. I then need to add them together. I'm going to do that in blue. 6 plus 0 is 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. 9 plus 1 is 10. Carry my 1. I have 3,066. We also practice estimating today. Remember, when we estimate, we have to round. Mr. Bohr's trick. 1 through 4 in whatever value you're looking at, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, we round down. 5 through 9, we round up. For example, if I had 97, I would round up. I'm looking at my 7. I would round up to 100. Let's say I had 237. I want to round up to the nearest 100. I'm going to take a look at my tens. It's a 3. I'm rounding down to 200. If I wanted to round to the nearest 10, I would look at the 7 for this number. I'm going to underline it in blue. I'm looking at the 7 for the nearest 10. For that, I round up 240. Your homework for tonight is HomeLink 2-7, estimating and multiplying. The directions say make an estimate for each multiplication problem. Write a number sentence to show your estimate. That's step 1. Then solve only, I'm going to highlight that word only the problems that have answers that are more than 1,000. I'm going to underline that. More than 1,000. Use your estimates to help you decide which problems to solve. Use U.S. traditional multiplication to solve at least one of the problems. Show your work. Highlight that. Show your work. We need to see that you know what you're doing. Let's take a look at our first problem. Before that, remember, 1 through 4, round down to the nearest whatever you're looking for, ones, tens, hundreds. 5 through 9, you round up. So if we take a look at the first one, we have 23 times 41 equals. So we are looking to round to the nearest 10. So we're looking at the ones. 23 is between 1 and 4. I round down to 20. 41 is a 1, round down to 40. The estimate is 800. Do I need to solve? No. Let's look at the next one. 72 times 56 equals, so I'm going to look again. I need to round to the nearest 10. 10. I'm looking at my ones place. So I have 72. Look at the top. It's between 1 and 4. I'm going to round down to 70. I'm going to show my work to the side. So for step 1, our estimate, I have 70 times, and I'm looking at 56. 6 lands between 5 and 9. I round up to 60. Equals. Now time to solve. 7 times 6 is 42. And I add my 2 zeros. Is 4,200 greater than 1,000? Yes. So now I need to solve the problem. So if I use the U.S. traditional model, first I solve for the ones. So 6 times 2 is 12. Carry my 110 that's left over. 2 ones, 110. 6 times 7, as we know, is 42. Plus 42 tens plus my 110 is 43. Or 4 hundreds, 3 tens. Next, I have to use the spot. So I'm going to remember, it's not 5, it's 50. So 50 times 2 is 100. So I'm going to put a 0 to mark my spot. Plus, there's 0 tens in 100. And then I carry my 1. 50 times 70 is 3,500 plus my extra, so 3,500 plus I had an extra 100 left over from 50 times 20. So that's going to be 3,600. When I add it together, I'm going to do it in purple. 2 plus 0 is 2. 3 plus 0 is 3. 4 plus 6 is 10. Carry my 1,000. 3 plus 4. 3 plus 1 is 4. Take a look at those estimates. Here is our estimate. I'm going to circle it in green. Arrow to our actual answer. Try the rest on your own. Don't forget, you only have to solve the ones that are more than 1,000.